The very fact that you asked that question now, it just shows where we are today as a society. A couple of months ago, could you imagine standing out here in the plinth and a reporter asking a politician a question about his personal medical records? He would be literally ostracised because of asking that question.
Look, it's so alarming. Legislation that I haven't seen cited yet, I'm sure you haven't either. We're briefing notes, there's a briefing at 11:30 by the Taoiseach, and we don't even know what's in the bill. So this is very dangerous. That's an old adage is there that legislation rushed is bad legislation, and we've seen that in the past. Legislation that's even taken slowly there can be flaws in it. But we expect to debate this in 110 minutes. There's 5-6 minutes per group. We won't even have 6 of us. We won't even have a minute each to discuss it. There's an hour then for full and final stages, report and final stages. How could you possibly? Legislation that will have such massive, draconian implications on our society. So this is deceit, this is cover-up, they really are trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. But we're flooded with calls and our civil liberties have been completely destroyed. And the figures don't back it up for it. So, I mean, they're really using this as a bait for the hospitality to open and support them, but this is unworkable.
The very fact that you asked that question now, that's brilliant. Because I'll tell you why. It just shows where we are today as a society. A couple of months ago, could you imagine standing out here in the plinth and a reporter asking a politician a question about his personal medical records? He would be literally ostracised because of asking that question. But now I'm not blaming you for asking the question. I'm delighted you asked it because of the way the road we are going down. It's totally, absolutely crazy. That is going to be the question in the future. Whether you're going for a bite to eat, whether you're going to the cinema, whether you're getting on the bus, whether you're getting on the train, are you vaccinated? Have you your proof? And it won't be enough to say yes I am or no I'm not. If you're saying you are, you'll have to have your proof. And that is what the whole concern is about. And that is why, and by asking that question here today, which by the way, I wouldn't expect Matty to answer, I certainly wouldn't go telling you my medical records, or I wouldn't expect you to tell me mine, but I wouldn't ask you. And I wouldn't ever go down the road of asking anybody their personal medical records. But again, I'm not picking you out or blame you for that. It's just an indictment of where we are as a society, and the government are taking us there, and I don't agree with that.
I believe that many people are objecting that their rights are being infringed and that they'll have to give their health details. And I fear that people who haven't been able to take the vaccine and who can't take the second vaccine because of what happened to them, the side effects that they had after the first vaccine, that they will be denied the right, maybe hardworking people, to come into a pub where they always came into because they can't produce this clearance certificate or whatever. And maybe they have health conditions that won't allow them to take. So maybe it is only a small minority of people, but we've always stood up for the minority because they need us to stand up for them.
This is draconian in the extreme. Can I say I visited a pub in Cullen and Marie's Nash's bar, Marie, last Saturday evening. She reopened after COVID for 4 or 5 hours to close again, close forever. A wonderful service that the Nash family have given for 50 years. The pub is in existence almost 170 years. That's what we're doing. Look what has happened in France. Look what's happened in Israel, where they are fully vaccinated and compulsory in many cases, and yet there's lockdowns again and there's issues, so people aren't being allowed in. So it's not all about, you see, this is a moving target the whole time. It's not even whether they're vaccinated or not. They are vaccinated and they're not being left in. It's all about control.
The businesses in County Kerry and throughout the rest of the country, they want to open their doors. But they're asking questions like, how are we supposed to police this? How are we supposed to implement this? How are they supposed to treat their customers with respect? And remember, they are their customers and they're coming to their doors to spend money in their premises. And at the same time, then they're going to have to try and implement this. What I think at present, it is crazy beyond belief that if you have a premises, a fine big premises, and that you have to corral your customers into this outdoor setting that you're after creating, and that you can have this fine space inside and that you can leave nobody in there. That doesn't make sense. What should be said to you as a business person, as a person who's licensed, a licensed vintner who goes before the courts, or a restaurateur who goes before the courts every year to renew your license. You're obviously a responsible person and you're steeped in the tradition of hospitality. You should be given the right to run your house properly. In other words, that when you would have people put into the different sections of your building, that you would say, right, that's full now. And whether that was outdoors or whether it was in this area, dining area, or that dining area, to use your brain and to be safe about it, you should be using every square foot that you have in a socially distanced way. But at the moment, you're not allowed to do that because they think that it's sensible to keep everyone outside.